Hey, Neil McDonnell here. I am working on day 29 of the 𝗟𝗂𝗃𝗃 journey. This is a journey I'm taking from January 1st to December 31st, 2025 to build a government contracting business following the process that I teach all the time so that I've built a company that is making $1 million annual recurring revenue. This will be even more interesting with all the stuff that's going on in American politics, et cetera. Compared to it being on an easy year where I'm just starting. But this is perfect. I mean, it's what I want to show you is me walking the talk. I talk all the time about what you need to do to succeed in government contracting, how to succeed. And so here I'm doing the journey. If you're following along, of course, you know that today is February 11th, and I'm backdating. Instead of going forward, I'm going backwards. I'm trying to catch up. And so I'm doing day 29 right now, and I'll just keep catching up. But I want to get 365 videos in this year just about 𝗟𝗂𝗃𝗃's journey, so you really have a good understanding of what it takes to succeed. If you don't know who I am, I'm Neil McDonnell, president of the GovCon Chamber of Commerce and co-founder of GovCon in a Box. I want to welcome you to these journey videos. You can go back and watch the playlist and binge watch through. It's well worth it if you're trying to build your company. It is not just for companies that are green. What I teach, and especially what I teach going forward, let's say March through the end of the year, is sales. It's how to get in the door and get a sale, closing it. It's for billion-dollar companies. I've seen people with 20 and 30 years of experience that would benefit from this refresher training as a project manager, as a pilot, as a doctor, or even a dentist, right? They go to professional development, recertification every year. But we salespeople, business developers, and government contracting, we don't. And so treat this like that as well. Okay, so today I'm going to be talking. I was going to talk about LinkedIn, but I want to pause. I'm actually feeling sick today, so when I record the LinkedIn stuff, I actually want to do it both for you and then maybe turn it into a course as well. So if I do it correctly, you'll see me kind of double dip on content. That's just the smart thing to do. But my energy is not feeling high, or my voice. But I'm here for you and for the journey. Okay, so today I wanted to go back to something else I said I was going to focus on, which is identifying small businesses that I can reach out to start selling. So if you're tracking, I just finished the capability statement. I'm still waiting on Sam to get my cage code in UEI. I'm like, whatever. I can start selling while I'm waiting for that to happen because I got nothing else to do. A bunch of little teeny stuff. And I mean related to 𝗟𝗂𝗃𝗃. Otherwise, I've got my whole day activity. But anyways, capability statement's ready. That means all I have to do is write me an email and maybe a voicemail template or script and start reaching out. So today I want to show you not all of it, but I will get started and then I'll do, I'll go like, let's say 15, 20 minutes, and then I'll take the rest of it offline. But I want to show you how I quickly can start building a list of hundreds of companies. I'll start with 200 companies, but hundreds of companies that potentially will fit for where I want. The reason I want to do this is because in sales, you need to call a lot of people in order to get anybody to answer the phone or take a meeting with you. And then you need to meet with a lot of people to get traction, right? And so you start off with a big amount. I teach a 7-step process for federal revenue success. And what I'm doing right now is called targeting. It's step number 2 that follows research and then targeting. And targeting is right before outreach, the 3rd step. And outreach is cold calling and things like that. So let me find my window here. I think I got it. Actually, let me show you something as I pull this up. Just for me personally, okay, so let me share my screen really quick. A window, this. So I'm just sharing my, hold on one second, okay, good. I'm sharing my LinkedIn profile, but I'm just going to use this as a browser window. But I'm just showing you a post I just did, and this is 3 reasons federal buyers don't award contracts, and it's something you might want to go check out. If you're not following me on LinkedIn, come follow me on LinkedIn. But in here, I talk about how we're invisible to federal buyers, or we're not responding to the buyers. Is the second reason. 3rd reason that we're not winning contracts is because we don't have a lot of the right past performance. the reason I just wanted to mention that, and I just posted this article 27 minutes ago, the reason I want to mention it is because even now with 𝗟𝗟𝗄𝗃, I'm going to make a point of not getting distracted. I just want to do really LinkedIn type stuff, so I can start building past performance on past performance, and they build on each other. Maybe in the beginning I'm getting $3,000 contracts, and then I'm getting $30,000, $300,000, maybe even $3 million contracts, but they build on each other out there. And so that's one of the things I talk about in here. Okay, so let's get started by going to FPDS.gov. I think this is a good enough place for me to start. I am just going to come in here. I'm just hitting enter so I get in there and get rid of this guy. Okay, I'm going to show you a little bit. I've showed you before, so if you've watched the videos before, you've seen me kind of do this. But I'm doing it all brand new search. And the first thing I want to start doing is I want to filter out companies that have won contracts that I might be interested in. And let me just pick a date here, and then I can change it. So let's say the last 3 years or so. I'm going to change this. I just wanted to see what format they had it. So 10/1/2022 to, let's say, today, and that's fine. So if I'm doing my math, that's 23, 24, 25. That's fine for the moment. If I don't have enough, I can go farther back to like one more year. So this is called fiscal year 2023, where it begins in October 2022. And so I might go back to fiscal year 2022 if I don't have enough. Just for the fun of it, I'm just going to show you the search results each time I do it. So I just searched that period, and I'm pulling up 14.5 million. Basically, these are entries in FPDS. I don't want you to think they're all contracts, because some of them are zeros where they're just modifying it. Some of them are numbers, but significant amount of stuff. But you see it. This is the filter I want you to start paying attention to, because we build this in FPDS. So I'm going to stay within the results I have, and I'm going to add another filter here. And I want small business. So this is a field called socioeconomic indicator. I think that's the only one that I'm looking at. Yeah. So basically socio, and let's see if I can do small. Good. So I did small. So now I'm looking at that same time period, which is about 2.5 years. And now I've got 3 million, basically 2.9 million. So 3 million, doing good. I'm filtering it down. What I'm really looking for, just as a reminder of what I sell, it's basically I want to sell LinkedIn services. So that could be anything related to LinkedIn, their profile, so they look better for the agency or something. I want to sell how they use it. So maybe content engagement, content posting, using it for LinkedIn Lives or a newsletter. So anything around LinkedIn is what I'm really looking for. And what I determine my ideal customer in the government would be is small business offices, because their job is to reach industry. And I'm trying to say use LinkedIn as that bounce back. I'll come back a different day and show you that my second tier one ideal customer, if you will, are the contracting shops, and not the contracting officer, but like the head of contracting, where I would go in trying to say, hey, I can help you reach businesses, small businesses easier with our approach, blah, 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 blah. So excuse me. Anyways, I'm going to click on one of these things really quick just to show you the dates I'm looking at. And so the first date I'm looking at is just sign date. That could be anything. If I wanted to, I could sit there and say, when's the ultimate? Oh, this is interesting. Look at that. It looks like they did some sort of update. And because they did it, it changed this. And so now I'm looking at this going, well, I don't like this. Let me go back and change my thing really quick. So that is estimated ultimate completion date. I'm going to change it to that. So let me go in here and get rid of all of that. I'm going to hit enter really quick, just so it, okay. So now I got 24 million, but I'm going to go in and say, modify that. And you remember it was estimated completion date right there. And so estimated completion date is when is this ending? And I think pretty much I want it to be ending from 6 months on or something. Let's say 3 months on. So I don't even know what 3 months is. It took me a minute. I don't even know what month I'm in. So let's just say, I don't care about February and March. It's too soon. But let's say April. If somebody's contract is ending in April or beyond, then maybe I can get in and help them understand or see what I offer and tell them, hey, I'll sub under you and you can offer it to your customers. So I'll play that by ear here, and I'm just going to go. Let's just go to tax day for the fun of it. So I'm going to say ends from that period on. So now this will be a fun thing. Now instead of doing multiple years, I think I'm just going to go to the end of the fiscal year, September 30th, 2025. So now I'm saying basically if it ends in that 5-month period of April through September, who's out there? So let me see if I got enough people. I have to have enough. So right now, this doesn't really mean anything to me. There's 100,000 entries. Now it's time to go down further. What I wanted to show you one thing really quick is, so now you can see the ultimate end date. Oh, this is funny. Even the dates are a little odd, but I don't really care. Because that ultimate end date, 5/23/2025, that's pretty far. But what I was trying to show you is socioeconomic right here. I don't know why I'm missing it. It's like it's not showing it, but because socioeconomic, this is small business. And I think it's just kind of hidden in there. But anyway, so you see those two categories I'm using. The last thing I want to start doing now is I want to start finding people who have, and so let me add to this search. I'm going to go in here and add something to this search. And this one is description. So the description of the requirement is a particular field, and I'll show you that in a second. But really what I'm looking for is anybody supporting small business office. Let's just try that. It's very, okay, so there's 19. It's not going to be this huge list. But if I come in here, I'm like, okay, this looks good. Let me grab this guy, Control A, Control C. I'm going to go do a different one really quick. FPDS, Control A, V, enter. Will it let me do that? Good. So it's still 19. So now I can have fun. Oh, look at this. Oh, wrong place. Okay, so right here, small business office. I'm just going to confirm really quick. Well, I guess I can click on this guy. So if I come down to the description, Office of Advocate for Small Business Capital Formation, small business forums, whatever. My goal is just to get out there and talk. You see how this is an 8A company right here? The type of set aside was an 8A sole source. This is kind of the company I want to go out and talk to. They've got the contract that it went out until the June time period. And I don't know if that's one and done, but they've got the relationship. What I want to do is go find this company, Sidem, or however you pronounce it, right? Go find them and say, hey, you guys already got the relationship. I got something I can offer. I'd love to team with you. Or I can go team with, I've got a couple of companies who are friends. I might team with them and say, hey, let's go try to take the work from these folks. It's just normal competition, et cetera. And here's the contracting officer if I wanted them. But that's not today. Okay, so this first one is the small business office. So now the second one, I'm just going to try a different title for a moment, and let's just try 𝗟𝗶𝗸𝗂𝗃. So I'll try 𝗟𝗶𝗸𝗃. There's only 3 there. There's not a lot that are in there. It's funny. I had a ton when I was doing this before with you. Let me see if I got my things saved. Hold on one second. What do I sell? Who's buying it? It's funny. I got to go back and watch my previous videos because I did them all in the beginning. I was just hoping I had the actual search criteria, which would have been good for today. Let me just try to do this. No. So I don't see it. I'll try another word. So I was just looking at my PowerPoint really quick. Okay, so I'm just going to hit enter again. Actually, I can come down here and change this small business office to, how about industry outreach? Outreach. Let me try that. So I got 9, right? So now I'm just like trying different words that are here. I can try, by the way, which I did not try, is LinkedIn. LinkedIn. Hopefully I got that correctly. So there's 12 on LinkedIn. Oh, I know what. I got to remind myself that I've got a very small window. There could be people with contracts that expire well beyond September 2020, whatever September 2025 is, right? I'm only going as far as September 2025. So that 5-month period, I'm forcing myself to have a much smaller group in here. So I did small business office. I'm going to try small business and see what that gets me. So I get 128 on this one. It doesn't necessarily mean something good, but let me go down and pull a random one that's got a decent amount of money. Here's 200,000. This is research and development. I don't know what it is. So let's click on it. And all I typed was small business. Oh, okay. So small business innovation. So I wish I knew a little bit more about searching so I could get rid of, say, search for small business, but no innovative research or innovation. But that's okay. I can filter through that, no problem. I bet you there's something like right here where the NAICS code is something. I can find, let me try this guy here. So here, this one, so this one doesn't mean anything. This is something you got to keep in mind. You're just going to get a lot of these ones that don't apply, but that's who wins, is the people who can go through the data and really dig into it. I don't particularly like small business just because it's going to force me to look at a lot, but it is what it is. I did LinkedIn. I'm going to try social media. I'm clicking on this. There you go. I got 53. So internet publishing, let's just try that for 500 because I'm too funny. All right. So this is NOAA, who's basically going to be closed by the Trump administration from what I read in the news. But here's a social media management support services. It's like, okay. Oh, and look at that. It's the recruiting office. I hadn't thought of that, but that is something else that I might be able to expand because I can attract candidates by the way I do social media, the same way I can attract small businesses. This is somehow sometimes how you can expand a little bit about what you're offering and how you talk about it. I'll show you another day, but I'm going to do a PowerPoint deck. And in the PowerPoint deck, I'll have, this is be my capability briefing deck. And in there, I'll have like 3 slides that just say what I do, 3 or 4 slides. But I might put in a couple of case studies. And in this case, I might put sample case studies and I'll just make up the data and I'll tell them it's made up data. This is a scenario that I want you to see that we can help you on because currently I don't have a past performance. Give me a contract and I'll be able to turn this case study into a real case study. Anyways, okay. So just sticking for 1 second. Let me make sure I know where I'm at. All right. Let me close that guy. So I've got this list of people. I got, potential groups of company. I got 19 here, 53 here, 128. And I'm pretty sure that's too big. This is the one where I said small business. I have actually a tool that I use with my customers that I'll be able to actually grab all this, dump it in a spreadsheet and look at it in 5 minutes, right? So right now I'm showing you where I have to click on it and go in, click on it and go in. I'll be able to dump all this into a spreadsheet and do it in 5 minutes. So here though, I got 12 more here that I liked, 9 here, 3 here. I am surprised I'm not seeing more. So got 𝗟𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂 on this one. And actually, let me go back and look at my slide really quick on 𝗟𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂. I had a whole bunch of keywords, and I'm just making sure, is there another keyword I could kind of use? I don't know if I use this one, and I might have, but let me just try it anyways. So in industrial base. So 23, I don't know if I used that word already, but I don't think I did. And what I'm hoping for is what I want to do is help federal agencies reach the industrial base. That's what they call us, small and large businesses. We're the industrial base. And so what I'm hoping for is that I can find some contracts where they're trying to engage the industrial base. And so, if I click on one of these, I'm going to scroll down just the description. So right here, it's an IDIQ in support of industrial base management supply chain. So basically, they're trying to get people in there. I don't know the total details, and I can go look at it, but it doesn't really matter at this point because I can find this company, Bryce Space and Technology, which I'm positive is not a social media companies. So maybe I can team up with them and say, hey, take profit off top of my efforts. And then here I'm able to find 3 different people, it looks like, at HHS. So this is HHS, it looks like. So I can find these 3 people. There's Tanya, there's Shayla, and HHS, something Evans, first name, first initial, and then Evans. But I just did that search really quick and I don't know if you noticed, but I went back to those keywords. I have a ton of keywords related to what I'm selling. And I pulled one. I'm like, oh yeah, let me look at that. So now I've got over 100. This is perfect for the moment because all I'm doing is looking at it at the end of 2025 or fiscal year 2025. On all of these, I can expand it and say who's going out even further, right? An example is if I go here, there's 23. If I change this to 2026 and hit go, now there's 37, right? And so this one, 𝗟𝗶𝗶𝗸𝗂, I think this is the 𝗟𝗶𝗶𝗸𝗂. Yeah, it's the 𝗟𝗶𝗶𝗸𝗂, Office of Small Disadvantaged Business Utilization. So if I change this one and I hit go, I went from 4 to 4. So some of them hit, some of them don't. But you see my point. So I'm able to build that list. And now I've got a list of small businesses, right? I set that socioeconomic status of small and companies that are kind of in my world. If I want to build this to 200 companies just in fiscal year 2025, so by the end of September 2025, all I have to do is expand some of my keywords. I can look a little harder and try to figure out, what am I missing? And I'm sure I missed all sorts of keywords that are in there. Even something like Twitter or Facebook, because if I find somebody on Facebook, some government purchase around Facebook, chances are those people are also selling into or caring about LinkedIn, blah, blah, blah. I might search on newsletters. Actually, I won't share my screen, but I'm going to search that one last one really curious. If I type in newsletter, this is probably too broad of a word. I get 2 results. Okay, I thought it'd be really bold, like I get hundreds or something. Anyways, okay, so that was the exercise. I've got this list. Between now and the next time I talk to you related to the list, I'll build it up. I'll get it into a spreadsheet. I'm going to download it into the tool that I have so I can just do it really fast. And then next time I come back, whatever else I'm doing, I'll show you that and say, hey, remember when I pulled those people? Here's what it looks like now. So hopefully you found it valuable. I will see you in the next episode.